Hello everyone, it's Iveoma, your guide to Africa, and today I'm going to be breaking down how much money it costs for me to move to Lagos, Nigeria. All of this is coming up. Please make sure to like, subscribe, comment below. Those are excellent ways to support my channel. Thank you. This video is going to break down my move back and how much it costs. Everyone's international relocation is completely different, and also consider that I'm single, I have no kids, I'm not married. So this, I think, is a pretty inexpensive move back. Let's jump right into the list. Number one is my passport. It cost $106 for me to get a Nigerian passport. I'm Nigerian American. So I'm gonna be looking down because I wrote down everything here. So number two, my plane ticket. I spent $834.75 to buy a round trip ticket with Egypt Air. I woke up October 1st, 2019, and I was over it. So I'm like, I'm leaving the country. And so I woke up in the middle of the night and then bought a plane ticket to Nigeria. And the cheapest plane tickets I saw were just before December 10th. So I was like, okay, December 10th is like the latest that I can get a ticket that's reasonably priced. And so at first I was only looking for direct flights. But the cheapest direct flight was $740. And so I'm like, wait, let me just go ahead and get a round trip ticket for $834.75. But of course, I haven't been back to the US since I relocated because of the pandemic. I use Cheapo Air. Cheapo Air has really great ticket price. Definitely check that out. But I'm gonna tell you, the only reason that is $834 and not like $500 is just because I did wait so long. Like I did wait until October 1st to buy a plane ticket in December when Nigeria in December is lit. Don't do like I do, like plan it out. Like you could totally find a cheaper ticket than what I bought. I flew with 4 suitcases. I flew with 4 suitcases because I flew with a printer and a desktop computer. I spent $400 on my additional suitcases. But let me tell you this really funny story. For my flight, I'm like, my suitcases are kind of heavy, but my scale at home is just telling me it's like at 50 pounds. So I weighed all my suitcases and everything was like 52 pounds. So I was like, oh, hopefully they'll let me go with these 2 pounds, right? I put the suitcases down, right? So they can weigh it. And then I'm like, so the first one said 49. So I'm like, oh yes, 49 pounds, this is excellent. And the woman looked at me and said, no, it's 49 kilograms. So I'm like, okay, I don't know. So I go online on my cell phone and I look, I do the conversion and I'm like, wait a minute, kilograms is double pounds. So every single one of my suitcases was like from anywhere from 80 to 100 pounds, right? And as you know, you only get 2 suitcases and a carry-on, and the 2 suitcases have to be 50 pounds, and then my carry-on I think was like 35 or something, but my carry-on was also really heavy too. The reason I'm telling you this is this woman was a godsend. So I am just silent, right? Because I'm like so scared at this bill. Wait a minute. Not only am I flying with 2 additional suitcases, every single thing I'm flying with is morbidly obese. Like everything I'm flying with is vastly overweight. What is going on here, Iveoma? But the woman did me a complete solid. What she did was she took me to the place I had to pay and printed out my receipt. And the only thing she charged me for was additional suitcases. She did not charge me any overweight costs. I'm telling you, this woman, I was like, oh my God, thank you. This is such a great sign, God, like, yeah. So me flying Egypt Air was pretty good. I had to spend over a day in Cairo, but the excellent thing about my ticket is that it covered my hotel, which I would have loved to insert footage from it, but I lost the footage. It was a very nice hotel, and I felt it was a nice experience. I got to experience Cairo. So that was all under the $834.75. So when I landed in Lagos, my uncle picked me up, and guess how long it took me to go from the airport to Ibeju? 6 hours. My uncle picked me up, but I did spend some money putting fuel in his car, just because, I mean, he did go out of his way to pick me up. So I think I put anywhere from 6,000 to 7,000 Naira in fuel into that car. Okay, now we're gonna talk about accommodation. So my uncle drove me straight from the airport to a hotel that's actually very, very close to me. Actually, my auntie met us at this rinky-dink hotel, and I'm gonna call it a rinky-dink, and I'm gonna explain in a minute. The hotel for the first night was 7,000 Naira, which is, I paid $18 for that night. And then for the second and third night I stayed there, we negotiated the hotel fee down to 5,000 Naira, so the hotel was $12.89. The first floor, they rented rooms by the hour. So this part I kind of debated putting into this video, because I did pay before I left the US. So I've considered it kind of part of my moving costs. So the rent for the year for my apartment is $5,552.40. So the reason I was able to pay before I left the US is because my auntie went and saw the apartment. She sent video, she saw the apartment, she spoke to the landlord. If by chance you don't have someone to go on your behalf to look at the location, to look at the area, to look at the apartment or whatever you're trying to rent, please don't pay ahead of time before you get here. Don't play those games. Like, no. If you are not in a position to have someone in the country or city or wherever you're trying to move to, look for apartments, create a list of apartments that you want to see. And then when you get here, rent an Airbnb or do a short stay for at least a month. Go look at the apartments that you have written down in person. That's really, really important, because sometimes the apartment may be exactly what the pictures say, but the area around the apartment or horrible, or the apartment isn't at all what it looks like in the video or pictures. That's a fee that I didn't have to pay. I only stayed in a hotel for 3 days. Number 4 is shipping a car. Contacted a shipping company in Jersey, and in order to ship my car, it costs $1,450. How they come up with calculations on shipping your car, they take in consideration your year, and if you're shipping it row, which means that your car is completely empty and it's going to be on surface, or you're gonna ship it in a container, which my car was shipped in a container. You know, I could have spent a lot less money shipping row, but I used my car to ship my things. Then when it arrived in Nigeria, I paid clearing costs. The clearing cost was $1,267.60. Customs decides, I guess, the clearing cost, and so I paid that right away. So here's the thing. My container was seized by customs. It is June. My container arrived in December. I have yet to see my car. I have yet to see a single item in that car. Like, I'm so mad. Like, that situation is very strange, because one, it's very uncommon for my situation to happen. So don't feel like so worried if you're shipping a car or shipping something in a container. Like, my situation is very different. Lots of people in my family have shipped cars throughout the years of being alive, and nobody's car has been seized by customs. It's at this point, it's been 7 months, essentially. Bought things and I put that in that car. I went shopping. I went to Sam's Club. I bought food items. I bought a mattress in a box. Like, I bought so much random stuff that's in that car. And so let's say the new stuff I bought, let's just make it 1,005. I have the receipts, I have everything documented, I have the, but I don't want to go through it right now and calculate it, because I think it's going to make me really mad. I mean, hopefully I get it one day. I mean, I'm just afraid that when I do get it, a lot of the things are going to be like ruined or damaged, just because my stuff is in a container in Nigeria with this heat and humidity. Okay, so the last thing, this is the miscellaneous section, and it's like a little bit odd, but like bear with me. I purchased a VPN. I'm gonna tell you guys, if you guys relocate to a country in Africa, really travel around the world, please buy a VPN. It is amazing. VPN, it secures your location, it secures your information, and then you can point your IP to different countries. Sometimes my US banks won't allow me to log in. I point my IP to the US, and then I'm able to log in and just keep it moving. There was a video I did where I talked about I was locked out of from Netflix to Canva to my Gmail account, and what saved me is my VPN. So I have a CyberGhost VPN. The reason I got CyberGhost is because they actually have servers in Nigeria. I got it on sale and it was $33 for the year, which I thought was like a really great deal. And then my last thing I bought is I ported my number with Google, and that's $20. The reason I suggest that everybody ports their number is for when you port your number, you've moved it to your Gmail account and it's yours forever. So let's say that one day I return to the US and I want to get Verizon. Well, I can just use that same phone number, move it to Verizon, and that's that. I have US banks, I have US accounts, I have things connected to that number that I've built over years. So let's say that I need to log into a bank and I need to reset a password. Well, they're going to send a text to that number, and then what happens is when you send a text to that number, it goes straight into my Gmail account. So I see. It makes resetting passwords really easy. There's so much stuff connected to your number. I just think it's really smart to keep it forever. So yeah, I've kept that number for just $20. I suggest everybody ports their number. Everyone gets a VPN. The other expenses are up to you. You'd be surprised how many things your phone number is connected to, and you don't want to be blocked permanently from an account or from a bank or from anything, it makes it much easier if you port your number and keep it forever.
My total cost is $11,282.21. Not bad.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I definitely appreciate it. If you guys have any comment, any expenses that I didn't go over or I didn't have, but you may have, comment below. Let me know. This is just, again, my relocation costs, and at the end of the day, I moved really quickly. I have no responsibilities, so I'm able to literally pick up and just leave. Bye now.